Also have terminology like MedPay and PIP,
Right.
PIP. Well,
Right.
what exactly does that mean?
Well, a moment ago I was talking about underinsured and uninsured motorists, and the provision that covers you if you're at fault is called liability. The PIP and the MedPay doctor are extra coverages, which I believe in. I think they're fantastic coverages. And again, the premiums are so ridiculously small that I just scratch my head and wonder why you don't get it if you don't have it. These cover medical bills, and for the PIP, it covers a certain amount of your lost wages. So in Maryland, in fact, the law in Maryland says that unless you sign a piece of paper and give up the right to have PIP, or waive it is the legal word, that you automatically have $2,500 in PIP, or which stands for Personal Injury Protection. It's abbreviated PIP. You have that $2,500, which again, as I've discussed already, it doesn't go very far if you have, a hospital visit and some physical therapy, the visit to the general doctor, the orthopedist, the neurologist, whatever it might be, a family practitioner, a chiropractor. It's not enough money. So that's PIP. And MedPay, or stands for Medical Payment Benefits or Medical Expense Benefits in Virginia. Again, I recommend getting high coverage limits. So I recommend $10,000, $20,000 on these coverages for the PIP and the MedPay.
So this is something I never understand. The MedPay would pay for you and the person you hit, or just for you?
That's an excellent question.
Right.
There's two sources of insurance coverage in the case of an automobile collision. Assuming everybody has coverage, the one at fault has to pay for all the damages and all the claims of the injured party. Now that injured party may have, let's just say in Virginia, their own coverage, and they have MedPay in Virginia or PIP in Maryland. That's extra. There's two different sources of money. So the medical bills, yes, they're paid twice. And people say, well, that's not fair. The insurance companies say that's not fair for sure. But here's the rationale behind it. If I break it, I should pay for it, right?
Right.
If I walk through the store and accidentally drop something, that I'm handling, I got to pay for it.
Right.
Now, that's the law of compensation for doing a wrong. If I go to my insurance company and pay them premiums for MedPay or PIP coverage, by contract, they have to pay for all the medical bills that arise out of the collision because I was injured. So there's a payment twice. And trust me, when you're injured and you're out of work and the bills are piling up, you need all that extra money. So you get paid twice.
So does the MedPay have limits?
MedPay will have limits. You can go from $1,000 to $2,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. I've seen insurance policies of $100,000 in MedPay, and I think that's fantastic.
So that's determined by the carrier or the insurance company?
That's determined by you.
Because of the policy you select.
Right.
And the premium you pay.
Right. I've had clients come to me and tell me that their insurance agents told them they don't need MedPay because your health insurance will take care of it. Well, that's fine. That would be a third source of payment. Get the MedPay.
Which reminds me, this comes up, I know, in my office all the time. Will health insurance pay for a car accident?
Some will, some won't. In Virginia, we have a very consumer-friendly state, different than in Maryland, where in Virginia, certain situations, if the health insurance does pay, they're not allowed to put their hand out at the end and say, give me the money back, if the other person's insurance paid you. In Maryland, yes, if your health insurance pays for it, they have the right at the end to come back and say, well, we paid the doctor, $1,700, give us back our $1,700 because you got the money from the one at fault. So in Maryland, there might only be really two sources, but in Virginia, in most cases, there are three sources for recovery.
The MedPay, the personal insurance, the health, and the motor vehicle insurance.
Right, the at-fault party,
At fault.
your own auto MedPay, and your own health insurance.
But you can't collect all three.
Yes, you can.
That wouldn't be fair.
It is fair. Number one, the auto insurance of the other guy, he broke it, he has to pay for it.
Okay, I agree with that.
Number two, your own MedPay, you paid premiums for it, you have a contract with your auto insurance, they have to pay for it. Number three, you paid premiums to your health insurance, you got sick, you went to the doctor, you got into an accident, you got hurt, they have to pay for it. Why? I mean, that's the law of contract. If I come and paint your house and it's supposed to be for $100 and somebody else gives you $100, do I get off paying for the 100? No.
No.
Okay, just because they paid you doesn't mean I'm not supposed to pay you if you come and
Right.
paint my house.
Okay.
Or you know what I'm saying. I think I got that example wrong, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, the
Right.
idea is that there's 3 coverages. So does the patient get this money, the doctor, the lawyer, or
Well,
how?
the doctor gets paid once,
Right.
and the patient puts the rest in his pocket.
Ah, okay.
Very, very nice, huh?
Very nice for
Very
the
nice.
consumer.
Now,
Yes.
how many out there, raise your hand, because I'm counting. I see all of you on your sofas right now. How many all of you knew that?
Right.
See, there's the power of an attorney to be able to show you these things, and that's why you need a good lawyer.
Yes, yes. Choose your lawyer, do your research, make sure you have representation, you understand. We've just spent the last 15 minutes and barely scratched the surface about the complexity of insurances. So join us again next week when we will discuss some very interesting topics regarding personal injury cases. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you again.